Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Sandra. 我是 Sandra。大家好，你们好吗 ？Last but not least, let's not forget，欢迎，Welcome to Community Mandarin. We have live every Monday and every Thursday around lunchtime. Whether you're having lunch or just doing like a lunch break, whatever you do, if you're tuning in, thank you. And then today, as the title suggests, we're gonna be talking about the present continuous tense in Mandarin. Okay, so like when I first started learning English, that when we started to learn different tenses, it's always something like ing or ed. You put behind a verb to indicate the tense, right? But in Mandarin, we don't have that kind. We don't do adjustments on your verbs, but we do have some words that today is one of them. After we learn about the word and how to use it today, you will be able to nail the present continuous tense. So without further ado, let's jump into today's material. Okay, so if you still recall, last Thursday, around this time, we were talking about the Chinese character 在, right? Quickly review, 在 can be used to indicate a location, indicate where you are at some place, at a location. So all we need to do is to put 在 and put the location's name right behind it. But today, we're going to be teaching about another very important function of this word, 在. It can be used to indicate present continuous tense. It can be used to indicate the present continuous tense. 在 plus a verb means you turn that verb into verbing, into doing something. All right, first let's look at this sheet of verbs, which I personally consider a very commonly used. Some of them you might already know, some of them you might not know, but that's okay, because that's what we're here for, right? We're here to learn. So first, let's look at those common verbs. Let's read after me. 请跟我读 the first one. 吃饭 Next one. 睡觉 Next up. We're doing it vertically, by the way. 看书 Next up. 休息 And the second row we have 做饭 Next up, we have 开车 If it sounds a little bit familiar, it's because we talked about this one before, but it's okay. We're going to explain each one of them after I'm done reading. Next up, 健身 is another one that might sound a teensy bit familiar. And last but not least, we have 上网 Okay, this is a sheet of the verbs I figure like nowadays people do on a daily basis or on a regular basis. If I'm leaving out something, please let me know. Basically, that's like a regular person's daily routine. Okay, so first one, 吃饭 means eat a meal. 饭 is short for 米饭, which is a rice meal. Because based in like the traditional Chinese culture, usually Chinese people consume rice every day. So when we say eat rice, it's kind of like eat a meal. 吃饭 Next up, 睡觉means sleep. And next up, 看书means to read a book. I know that 看 carries the meaning of look at. So when we're saying 看书 as read a book, this is usually for leisure. If you want to say read a book, like literally in Mandarin, we have another word. It is 读书. But 读书 compared to 看书 carries the meaning of you are reading a book for the purpose of studying, learning, your textbook, your books that you're professor assigned you to read. So if we're saying 看书, look at a book. It's usually for leisure. Okay. Hopefully I explained that decently. Next up we have 休息. 休息. 休息 means rest. Take a break. That's like my favorite thing to do in this world. How about you? Okay, let's move on. Next one we have 做饭. 做饭. I put 做饭 next to 吃饭 because you can see that both phrases share the word 饭, which originally means rice. 做 is actually a very, very big verb. I would say it would pair with a lot of stuff. When it is paired with 饭, rice, it means do or make. So make a meal. Of course, that means cook. And next up, we've learned that before. 开车, drive a vehicle, drive a car or a pickup or a sedan. Okay, whichever your car is. And next up, we have, that's something I try to do that when I have a moment. 健身, workout, 健身. Last but not least, that one is something, I don't know, I can't live without it. I don't know about you because it's this day and age, right? 上网. Someone might still remember 网 from when we're talking about ball games. 网 means net. 网球 means tennis. So 上, as we've learned from like 上班 or 上学, it means to go to a place. So 上网 is like you go on the net. It does not mean you're a spider, but you go on the internet to browse. So basically surfing the internet, to browse the internet. Yeah. Okay. So that's like usually the things that people do on a daily basis or on a regular basis, depending on your personal preference. And now let's look at some examples. The first sentence, 我在看书. 我在看书. We use 在 and paired directly with a verb. Next one, 妈妈在做饭. 妈妈在做饭. Last one, 爸爸在上网. 爸爸在上网. These three verbs, 看书, read a book, 做饭, cook a meal, 上网, surf the internet, are from the list I just gave you guys. So when we pair these three verbs with 在, it turns into the present continuous tense. It turns a verb into verbing, into doing something. So with that in mind, it's not hard to figure out. The first sentence means I am reading a book. I am reading a book. And the second one means mom is cooking. Mom is cooking. And the last one means dad is surfing the internet, is browsing online. That's like a typical night at your home, right? The kid is reading a book, the mom is cooking, the dad is browsing the internet. Okay. So, all in all, the point is 在 turns a verb into verbing. Turns do something into be doing something. All right. Now, since we learned that part, here's a sentence that people say a lot, right? Say a lot. When you call up a friend, hey, what are you doing? When you're like meet somebody on the street, if you want to chat, they're like, hey, what are you doing? Can I join you? So now that we learn how to say the present continuous tense in Mandarin, we can say this sentence in Mandarin as well, using we've just learned today. Let's take a look. What are you doing? Turns into sentence, 你在干什么? 你在干什么? All right, 干 over here is another way of saying do. So as long as we get this out of the way, we can see how this sentence is formed. 你 you 在 turns the verb into verb ing. 干 do 什么 what. So you are doing what? Basically, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so that next time when people ask you, hey, 你在干什么? If you want to answer them, I'm reading a book. 我在看书. Or I'm poking online. I'm poking on my phone. 我在上网. Yep, so this is what we are here to learn today. And thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be here every Monday and Thursday around lunchtime. If you want to learn more about Mandarin grammars, new words, and sometimes little careful, like little careless culture side notes, here's the place to turn into. And before we say goodbye, before we 说再见, of course, as always, if you have an extra moment, please visit Rolla's website as well as our YouTube channel. 再见。